Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Successful Woman's Mindset. My name is Galit Ventura-Rozen, and I am excited to be sharing with you another fabulous author from our collaborated book, The Successful Woman's Mindset, 21 Journeys to Success. Welcome, Cynde.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to have you, and I want to share with everybody that Cynde Canape is the financial safety coach, which I love. We're going to be talking all about that. And she's also owner of A to Z Business Services. So one of the things I like to ask all the authors is, first of all, when you hear the phrase, the successful woman's mindset, what does it make you think of?
Confidence, a confident woman.
I love that. I love that. Let's talk about that a little bit more.
Okay.
When you say confident woman, what does a confident woman look like to you?
One who can go after what they want. They're not afraid to take that initiative and jump. They're not hold back on what ifs.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to keep talking to you about this topic because the words that are using are so perfect. They're not stuck on the what ifs. Oh, those what ifs, they can be that little person on your shoulder that keeps you away from doing everything that you want to do, right? So in your experience, how have you learned to get past the what ifs in your life? What can we share with those listening?
I'm not the prime example on
I love that. I know you're a prime example. You're actually wrong. But when it comes to ourselves, we're not good at seeing that. So let's ask it a different way. If anybody was listening and they said, well, I want to be more confident within myself, but I'm constantly worried about the things that might happen, and they stop me from taking that leap, from trying, what would you say to them?
to take just a step back and think about what would happen if you don't do it, and then just take a couple seconds of confidence and do it, because you don't know. And so what if you fail or it doesn't work out? Everything seems to work out when it's supposed to, and it's important to just do it.
I love that. And do you know what, Cynde? I use the words just do it all the time. I actually say it a lot, and I say I know it's Nike's brand and all of that, but it's brilliant because I think, especially as women, we get overwhelmed from the big picture. But when we step back, which I love that you said that, it was perfect. You step back and you think, what is that step I can take right now that will get me a step closer to what I want to do, instead of jumping 5 steps forward? So I think for anybody watching or listening, definitely take away from Cynde today, just do one thing different, one thing new, one thing towards, and get past those what ifs. Because when you're so focused on those what ifs, we know a lot of the what ifs never happen, but they hold you back instead of just trying and seeing what happens.
Yes.
Yeah, good, perfect. I love that. Let's go ahead and jump into your chapter.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about why this chapter, why this title, why this topic. And the chapter's called Come Out of the Fog Onto the Island of Financial Safety.
Why the chapter is because when we start out in our journey, we tend to get the job that, makes the money, and then, or we start that business, and we are so busy and we don't take that time to reflect of what our goals are and what we want to achieve later on in life. And we quickly just get on this hamster wheel of going constantly and not looking at and putting in our goals of what we want later on in life.
Oh, I love that. What a great chapter. What a great lesson that you're going to be teaching everybody. And I know you give some great tips in there and you really go into detail. And I don't want to give away too much of the goodies in there, but let's talk a second about that. We do live in a world where once we grow up, we're taught to do certain things, and this is what you should do, and this is how you can be successful. This is how you can make money. I think I love that you use in your chapter title, Come Out of the Fog. So I'm going to talk about that for a few minutes.
Okay.
When you say come out of the fog, I'm so visual, Cynde, so I immediately see like this cloudy thing around me that's not letting me see clearly. Is that what you mean?
It is. So it's like a vision board. So, find out what matters most to you. I mean, what do you want? And, have that figured out. And then that's on the personal development side, but there's also the business side with all the systems and programs that are available to find out how you're doing. So everything's not known, because you get busy doing stuff and you just don't have the time to look at, either what your numbers say or whether or not you're doing what you really want to do and just not what you're just supposed to be doing because of that job.
I love that. And where does money come into this? Where does this second part of your chapter title, financial safety? Obviously, you're the financial safety coach. So let's share for a few minutes regarding this chapter so people can really get a feel of, as a financial safety coach, what is it that you're working with people on?
Systems. So whether it's personal or business, it's important to know your numbers. It's important to take that time to look at what's happening monthly, so you notice any of the changes. It's important to know what your goals are going to be in the future, so you're able to, make those goals happen. So it's all on knowledge and clarity.
Oh, I love that. And that's not something that people usually love to do. Come on, let's talk about it. We're so busy. We don't have time to deal with that. We just move through the next thing we have to get done and getting to the next goal and moving to the next promotion or level. And we don't take the time. And then one day we wake up and what happens, Cynde?
Yeah, it's all past.
Right? So we wake up one day and we look back at our financial safety and go, oh, I forgot to do something that was kind of important. So with anybody that's listening or watching today, what is it that you want them to really know from this chapter?
It's important to know what things mean and what you want. So it's important to know what matters most. It's important to have your goals, a plan to achieve it. Like in business, there's a business plan. We need also a life plan, and, have them mesh together where it's something that, is aligned and works. And
I love that. That is a perfect way to explain exactly what you do with your clients and exactly what you're talking about in the chapter. So thank you for all that clarification. I think it was so important to share that, because when people hear the word financing and money, you know what happens. They shrivel up and go underneath the table. They don't want to even talk about it. And I get that and I understand that, but it's such an important piece of our success and of our future. So thank you for sharing that. Let's go ahead and jump into something a little bit fun.
Okay.
What is it that you would like people to know about you that's maybe a fun fact or something interesting they may not know?
Oh gosh. So I'm very shy and I don't have a lot of words. And then of course I'm behind my business and at my desk all the time. So I'm also very professional and don't have a real sense of humor. So on the other side of me, I'm a Gemini. I love the nature. I love fast cars. I love going up in the mountains. I love camping, glamping, girl camping. And and exploring the mountains in our razor.
I love that. And people wouldn't guess that about you. I mean,
No.
there's a side-by-side car that goes through the dirt. You get totally covered in dirt. It bounces up and down. And what's really fun about asking this question is, you said it. Well, Cynde, she's in financing and she's shy. Oh no, this woman gets in that razor and goes up and down those dang mountains. So get out of her way. I love that you shared that. Thank you for sharing that with everybody. It's so much fun to learn a little bit more about everybody's personality. Well, the last thing I'd love to share with everybody, Cynde, today is how can people get a hold of you and learn more about working with you?
You could go to my website, a2zbusinessservices.com, and I have a button there that you could either book an appointment with me, or a button there to join my Facebook group. And yeah, thanks.
Yeah, oh, I love that. And what is your Facebook group called?
TLC Biz Tips.
Perfect. TLC Biz Tips. We'll also have your link and all of your information on the website, also with this video and with this audio for anybody that's listening or watching, so that way they can get a hold of you and learn more about working with you as well. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this book.
Oh, thank you for allowing me. I am so honored.
It's going to be so much fun. We've just begun. Well, thank you everybody for listening and watching another episode of The Successful Woman's Mindset. My name is Galit Ventura-Rozen. Make sure to grab the book. You can grab it at thesuccessfulwomansmindset.com or online at Amazon or any online book retailer. The Successful Woman's Mindset, 21 Journeys to Success. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.